Hello everyone, this is Drakor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Hasbro Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lord Zedd and Rita Repulsa 2-pack. Now this is the wedding 2-pack. It's based on the episode where they got married in Season 2. The reason I am reviewing this is the lovely Miss Carla Perez, who played Rita Repulsa, actually was visually Rita Repulsa, and the physical actress we saw um, played her from season 2 to season 6 of Power Rangers. Now the voice was still done by Barbara Goodson, the same lady who did the voice for later for the very first season. She continued to do it just to keep that the same. But the physical representation of her became Carla Perez, and that was explained away by her drinking this right here, a youth potion, before her wedding to Lord Zedd. The reason that I am really focusing on this is because Miss Carla Perez will be attending this year's SD RocketCon at the Scottish Rite Center here in San Diego, and that is going to be the February 19th through the 20th. And she will be there, and she will be doing autographs, meeting people. It's going to be great. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, I suggest you do. It's going to be a great time. So let's pause for a moment, get this lovely figure set out of the box, and take a look at it. Okay, and we are back after what seemed to be 10,000 years, trying to attempt to get them out of their packaging. Packaging's a little tough to get them out, but I mean, makes sense. You don't want people stealing something out of your store. I will leave, as I mentioned before, this is because of Carla Perez being at RocketCon in San Diego, Scottish Rite Center, and I will leave all that info in the description below. I picked this setup at TC's Rockets. This is a local store here in San Diego, 5155 Waring Road, and they're really cool. They got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good Power Ranger stuff. They're actually the ones who make RocketCon and put it on, and that's where I got this set. And so we're going to start with the lady of the hour, Rita Repulsa herself. Now, this version of Rita Repulsa, actually, let's just go over accessories first. So everyone's got accessories, pretty decent amount. She has an open hand for like yelling and grabbing poses, but also holding the love potion she used on Zedd. She has two wand holding hands. You can either use that one on her left hand side or this one for her right hand side. And then a fist for her right hand side. And then her bouquet for her wedding. Plus the love potion. And I used that more like grabby, yelly hand is a way to hold it. Then you have the cake, the wedding cake itself, with a little mini. If you can make that out, I had it backwards. A little mini Zedd and Rita at the top. Hold on, focus. Maybe focus. It's there. Then Lord Zedd has his Z staff. He has one of the little little bomb ball things that he used to make the monsters grow. This one is different than the single release because that one was all silver. This actually has the red lines painted. Then he has a lightning effects piece for the staff. I didn't really feel like putting that on, so I was like, yeah, we'll leave it off. Then he has staff holding hand, open hand / orb holding hand for the left hand side, and then open / orb holding hand for the right hand side as well. And then a closed fist for the left hand side. So now let's go to Rita herself. So, as you can see, gonna go ahead and take her weapons out of her hands. Here is her staff that she used for all her spells and making monsters grow. It's very simple, just black, red, gold. I know there was some like blues and stuff in the show, so it's not the most detailed in paint, but in sculpt, it's very detailed. Then the little love potion, it's really cool, just a little blue bottle with a golden stopper in the shape of a heart. Flowers are just a really kind of muted pink. And as you can see, she does not look like Carla Perez, because I guess they were going for more of the character, because Carla Perez is, well, she's much prettier than this, but they wanted to make the evil Rita Repulsa, so they wanted to make her look, mean, evil, kind of ugly, even though none of the actresses that played her were ever ugly, so. But, they want to get the villainous. This is more of a comic book look to her. As you can see, she has multiple types of materials making her. She has some soft plastics for her collar, the chest piece, the Madonna bra. This train that's on the back of her skirt is also a soft, rubbery plastic. And then these bracelets are more stiff, harder plastic, more akin to the actual plastic of like the face, the arms, and the legs. But then you have a soft goods dress. It's really well detailed with all of the silver lines, and it's actually really impressive. And I like it except for one thing. I wish the top was not soft goods. I wish they just would do a soft goods skirt and then have the top be molded, because her arms are like the thin female arms. And I got her arms bit now, and I'm not going to bend them down again because they kind of scared me, because you couldn't find where the elbow was without rolling up her sleeve. And so I didn't want to snap any pins or anything, but luckily I didn't, but it was kind of scary. So I wish the top would have been molded and then just only the bottom been soft goods. The head's still more the harder plastic, even the hair bits. They're wrapped in like the brown cloth. Detail wise, it looks great. Like I said, nothing like Carla Perez, but still, the correct interpretation of the evil witch that is Rita Repulsa, aka Bandura in Japan, I think. As you can see, they even went to so much detail as to give her actual golden rings on her fingers and these little bracelets. Now, none of the jewels are painted, but I could see that being tedious and just really difficult. And then overall, she just had some black boots, black leggings, so don't worry, it's modest. And there goes Zedd. Articulation wise, she does have forward and back on her legs, but it is hindered, like the backwards is kind of hindered by this piece. Then she can go out, kick. She has double jointed knees, but this top part of the knee of the double joint is really hard to actually move. It's kind of stiff, so I just didn't want to risk breaking it, so I've just left it. She does have ankle bend and pivot. She has a twist at, is it the boot cut? Yeah, she has a twist at the boot cut. No twist at the thigh, but in and out at the thigh, up and back. That's on both legs. Her arm has a single jointed elbow, which is kind of, like I said, hard to bend, so I'm not going to really mess with that. As you can see, it is bent, and it can go like a full 90. Wrist, they are a little hindered by the bracelets, but you can kind of push those up out of the way because they are a separate piece. But they do have rotation, but the actual like up and down is kind of also limited by the bracelet. Arms can go in and out. She can go like full on T-pose. Up and down, full 360. You just got to move the plastic piece out of the way. Well, I guess it's not full 360 because you got that cloth getting in the way, so you kind of that does hinder it a bit. She has a waist, also kind of hindered by the cloth. Forward and backwards movement, and her head. Whoops, sorry. Her head can do a full 360. And she can look up that far, which is like really far. I'm actually shocked she can look up that far. And then she can look down, not so far because she's got this chin strap bit that's like the little dangly things off her hat that stop that. But overall, nicely articulated figure, really cool, and perfect to go with Mr. Zedd here, who decided to take a nap. We'll pull this out of his hand. Now, we did have a single carded release of him early on in the line. I think it was wave 1. And this is very similar to that, but with some minor differences. So I think the red shading here is slightly different on the body. And the visor is definitely a different shade of red, I think. But the biggest noticeable thing is on all his hands, his claws are now painted the correct silver. Where on the single carded one, it wasn't. And then he's got these soft plastic tubes for the little tubes that like ran his blood and stuff through them during the show. And then this rib cage armor piece is also a soft plastic along with these little side bits on his legs. Now, he can get a lot more out of his articulation simply because he doesn't have like a full-on cloth piece over him. Also, some of his accessories of note is this is a crystal he used to make his own evil rangers. And again, you can see by his little claws, they're painted on both versions of the hand, which is great. He has full 360 on his head, nothing hindering it. He can look up that much, look down that much. Kind of get a little bit of side to side for some attitude. Rita, Rita, you said your brother was only going to be here for a week. Anyways, and so then he also has the double jointed elbows, and you can she only had single jointed elbows, correction, but he has double jointed elbows, and they both bend to give him over 90 degrees. He has an upper arm swivel. He can T-pose with this kind of restricting it, but not much. He can't get above a T-pose because of the cords. He can go not a full 360. In fact, he can only go up about that much again because of the cords. He then has the hand can go up, down, full 360 around. Legs can go up that much. It's kind of stopped by the crotch piece. Like this little, I don't know, superhero underwear thing that he had. And goes back. It doesn't really go back. It just hits that piece and can't go back. He can't really do the full splits. He can only kind of do it. He doesn't have a thigh swivel. He does have double jointed knees again. Like she does, which is why this knee piece is separate, because that's the way they got the tubing on there and kept the double joint knees. Now his are moving just fine. I don't know why her double joint knees are a little stiff, but they are. But yeah, double joint knees, goes all the way back. No type of leg rotation down here. Oh, that just popped off. I'm pretty sure, so that's not glued in. These can just pop off. I mean, I guess it makes it easier, but yeah, they're not actually glued into place. So don't worry, it didn't just break. They didn't glue them in, which is fine, because that then gives them a little bit, makes it easier for them to move. But yeah, no swivel on the thigh or the upper boot, which is kind of unfortunate. His feet can't really move down because there's a thing blocking it. His heel just can't do it. And then he can kind of move up. And then he does have ankle tiltage, which this doesn't really get in the way because it moves out of the way. It's also a soft rubber piece. He has abdomen articulation. So he has the crunch right here. But then he can also kind of crunch here, but then that's also how you get his side to side movement. So overall, also pretty well articulated, and definitely a step up from the single carded one, although that one's pretty good too. So overall, I think this is a really good set. I think it is essential if you are a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to get this, because these are definitely the best figures of these characters that exist. And before someone yells out, SH Figure Arts did better, this guy was an American exclusive, so there's not one of him. And they never made one of Bandora. So, in fact, this is only like the second or third official Rita action figure. There were other things like squeeze lights and stuff, but this is only like the second or third official action figure where it can move and everything. But yeah, definitely worth a pickup. Check out TC's Rockets or their website, tcsrockets.com. Because I think they still have a couple of these and many more Power Ranger things and Star Wars and basically anything geeky you can think of. I was trying to combine those words. And then also get your tickets for RocketCon. It's at sdrocketcon.com. Get your tickets. 19th and the 20th of February, Scottish Rite Center in San Diego, California. You can meet Carla Perez, Rita Repulsa herself for a good 5 years. And I think she did an amazing job in the show. Even when she kind of just, in the later seasons, only showed up for little bit parts with Zedd, it was still hilarious, and it was a highlight of the show. But yeah, definitely pick this up, and I hope you enjoyed. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you don't like it, dislike, that's fine. But yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, tell people about RocketCon, because if you like geeky, nerdy things, comic books, action figures, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, you're just gonna love it. All right, well, thank you for your time, and enjoy your day. See you next time.